Incidents there, but everything should be squared away now. Update you on lap 17 of 150 here at the Iowa Speedway. Byron Daly started on the pole and has remained there for all the race so far. He has been out in front dominating this thing. He hasn't opened up too big of a gap between himself and his competitors behind. Brian Macklin was able to get up to the third spot, followed by Justin Fuller. They get a little shuffled back here under this round of pit stops under the first caution of the night, which had Scott Simley pointed backwards on the back straightaway. So nonetheless, only one caution so far, and we are serving it right now. Again, apologize for the technical difficulties there to start the broadcast, but we should be good to take you all the way to the checkered flag now, as you see Brian Wertman out in front of the field there. He is the final car on the lead lap. And he is just barely on the lead lap. He'll get his wave around here once we turn the lights off the top of the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Looks like Byron Daly kind of favoring that outside line, like he may decide to choose that outside line. Daly has been just about the only driver down in 1 and 2 to make the outside work. Down in 3 and 4, everybody pretty much up the racetrack, and a couple trying the bottom here and there, but for the most part, Mitch, it has been side-by-side racing like what we said and what we really expected heading into tonight.
That it has, as it never fails. These guys at Sim500 always seem to put on a show no matter where we go. They can make the most boring tracks look like the most exciting here on iRacing on the service, and that's always fun as a broadcaster to be able to come in here and watch these races and be excited every single lap by guys making awesome moves like they do out there.
Absolutely. As we look to turn the lights off this time by at the flag stand, looks like Daly going to choose that outside lane here for this restart, making it very clear that that is going to be his lane of choice. Lights off. E.J. O'Rourke says, I'd like to squeeze up there, but Daly says, no, I'm going to stay up here and let you have that bottom groove heading down into turn number 1 for this restart. So getting the field restacked for you. It's Daly, O'Rourke, Fuller, Macklin, Fockingham. That's top 5. Comstock, Jacoby, Coleman, Jatina, Gaboo. Rounds out the top 10. As we get set to bring the field back up to speed. Daly on the outside. He started on the inside. On the initial start, had no problems there, so we'll see what happens here. Everybody on 4 tires under this most recent caution period. So getting set to work lap 20 of 150 here on the restart. Field 2 by 2 by 2. Daly, your leader on the outside line. Gonna stack the field up off 4. He's in the gas, and we are back underway. And boy, O'Rourke just did not get rolling down on the bottom.
Didn't get rolling as they turned to turn number 1, going down in there. Justin Fuller right behind EJ as Macklin will work his way around the outside of Justin Fuller off of turn number 2, as Fuller got a little bit loose there coming off, but they head to turn number 3, mostly single file, but now Fuller dives it down beneath the 30 yet again, trying to get that 3rd spot.
Fuller goes side by side, a wiggle from Fuller, a wiggle from O'Rourke, and here comes Macklin to pounce on the 41. Down into turn 1, looking to get that runner-up spot that he had prior to the caution flag. Here comes Macklin with a run off of turn 2, but he has to chase it down the racetrack. Fockingham gets out of shape off 2 as well. Look at this 2x2 racing as they race to 3.
Exciting action here at Iowa as they work their way through 3 and 4 and off of 4 now. Here comes O'Rourke on the outside. Fuller gets loose again off of turn number 4. So those cars really wiggly tonight here, as looking like the track is definitely going to be loose for a lot of the night if it's already loose here.
Absolutely. It's been a sideways sort of event so far in the opening laps, and I don't think we'll see that calm down any as Fuller trying to make a move on Macklin down low, not going to get it. Boy, Jacoby put a hell of a slider on Fockingham. Fockingham turns it right back to the inside. That's a battle for the 5th spot. Heading down into turn number, 6, heading down into 1 and 2, and off of 2, here comes Fockingham trying to get the run up side by side with Jacoby as they go into 3, and a caution going to fly for the 2nd time tonight here at the Iowa Speedway, and it looks like it's going to be for Glenn Campbell going around that number 44.
And we will get the replay up for you guys shortly here as Glenn Campbell and looks like Jordan Hightower together as they come off of turn number 2, and that will be our second caution here tonight at Iowa.
Second caution of the night for a incident there on the back straightaway. Campbell lucky didn't get hit more prior or after rather than the initial contact there with Hightower. Hightower kind of marred back in the field. He is sitting 18th currently right now after qualifying second. He missed the grid, and that has put him at the back of the pack. Pace car leads the field off of turn 4, and some mixed emotions on pit road. Brian Macklin going to stay out. He has some company with the form of David Comstock. It looks like maybe Chris Caboo in that number 5.
And I don't know if I like that move there, Ben, for the guys that stayed out there. This car, we've seen in the opening laps of tonight's race, are very, very loose. And of course, fixed setups, all these guys are on the same setup. So we'll see how that works out for the 30, the 42, and the 2. I just don't see it being the right move at this point in the race.
Perfect opportunity for somebody to try 2 tires, just like Byron Daly. He takes 2 there, and as does
Are we surprised,
Chad
Ben?
Coleman. No, I don't think we're surprised with Daly taking 2. No, not at all. 2-tire Daly is what John Washington gave him the nickname last week. I said Gaboo stayed out. It was actually the number 2 of Mike Kelly. So Kelly gonna find himself up to 3rd after qualifying 17th tonight here at the Iowa Speedway.
You know, speaking of John Mustin Jr., the witch doctor himself, I'm going to go ahead and blame our technical difficulties on him. He probably put a spell on us or something, I'm
He
thinking.
was hanging around the booth when we got here this afternoon, so.
Absolutely.
And I was wondering what that doll was doing in the corner.
You know, I didn't see it, but now you've scared me. I don't want to be here anymore.
John Washington, speaking of the witch doctor, check in with our partner in crime as he crosses the start-finish line there. He'll come across the line 23rd right now for that number 11 machine. Sharp-looking Raging Cajun wrap on there. So this will be the first real first test of the night, as opposed to the no tires versus 2 tires versus 4 tires. To restack the field here, Macklin takes no tires, Comstock on no tires, Mike Kelly on no tires, and that was only about 5 laps. Byron Daly going to take 2 tires, and that will put him 4th as the lights go off atop the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Brian Macklin going to lead the field back to the green flag in that number 30 machine, and that'll be his first taste of the lead tonight here at the Iowa Speedway. Working on lap 27 will come to 28 of 150 this time.
This is going to be a super interesting restart, Ben, because we got guys on no tires, 2 tires, and 4 tires. So we're going to see what works, what doesn't, and we're going to find out in a real hurry, I think, as the field works into turn number 3. I think we're going to find out probably off at turn number 2.
Absolutely. Again, only 5 laps on the tires, so not a long run prior to this caution, but long enough for some drivers to come in and go ahead and slap 4 fresh ones on there. Pace car to pit road, still very early in the race. Not even to the 1/3 mark as the green flag back in the air here at the Iowa Speedway. Macklin gets a good jump and leads the field down into turn number 1, followed by David Comstock there. And here comes Byron Daly on those 2 tires trying to make something work on the outside.
Gonna get interesting off of turn number 2. Here comes Byron Daly on his 2 tires. 2-tire Daly, as we call him now here on the Sim Racing Network. Working through 3 and 4. Here comes Fuller and the 2 of Mike Kelly side by side, battling for, I believe, the 4th position on track as they work into turn number 1 right here. And look at Falkinghammer on the outside of Mike Kelly.
Oh, Kelly did not take tires under that last caution, and he came from mid-pack, so he is definitely on the move. Here comes Daly and Fuller. They're going to make it 3 wide off turn 4. Fuller a little bit sideways, has to do some swatting of the flies inside that cockpit, and Byron Daly going to take the runner-up spot from Comstock as they head down into turn number 1. Next on the list going to be Brian Macklin, and they're 3 wide again off turn 2.
3 wide, Comstock falls back just a little bit, now back to 2 wide between Byron Daly and Justin Fuller as Fuller on the bottom, trying to make it work. Will he slide up in front of Daly? Yes, he will. But Daly gonna maybe cross him over. No, gonna stay right behind Fuller. And here comes Falkingham in the picture into turn number 1. This is heating up.
Daly had to get out of the throttle there, and that allowed Falkingham to turn it to the inside. And at 39, here comes Falkingham looking to grab a podium spot from the 06 machine. Everybody trying to knock Daly off of his high horse. 7 wins so far this season. He looks for win number 8 tonight at the Iowa Speedway. Started from the best starting spot in the field on the pole and now holds on to third, at least for the time being, as he battles side by side with Falkingham for that position off of turn number 2. Daly trying to make the outside work, but Falkingham a slide job off turn 2. He'll have the position into 3.
Does get the position into 3 and up for the lead. Here comes Justin Fuller chasing down the 30. Brian Macklin. Fuller, of course, on tires, and Macklin not on tires. So Fuller got the advantage there. And here he comes, dives it to the low side, trying to make something happen with that 30 of Brian Macklin. But Macklin holding his own on no tires.
Macklin doing a good job. He hasn't had to battle anybody yet, which is maybe allowed him to save a little bit of his equipment. But here comes Fuller. He is definitely quicker at this moment of the race and looking to get by that 30 machine. Pulled up side by side with him there. Couldn't get the momentum off the corner he needed. So he falls back in the line. And now the third caution flies here at the Iowa Speedway.
Oh,
and
that's
this
a big one.
Yeah. Joey Jettina sitting backwards down in turn number 1, and that happened on the front straightaway.
As Joey Jettina not going to be thrilled, we'll pull the replay up and see exactly what happened.
Off 4 there, Jettina up and close and personal with the wall and just kind of rode the safer barrier down the front stretch, and Dwayne Vincent behind really had nowhere to go but into the left rear, and that spun Jettina around, and then poor old Scott Simley involved in his second incident tonight. He nowhere to go but into the front head on into the number 14 machine nonetheless, putting us under caution for the 3rd time here tonight at Iowa.
And at first, Joey did a really nice job of keeping it on the wall, but unfortunately, Dwayne Vincent just didn't have time to check up behind him, and that's what caused that 3rd caution of the night to come out here at Iowa.
So pit stops on lap 35. That was about 6 laps on that set of tires. Well, about 7 if you add the coming up to speed lap as well. So everybody down. And now the question is, do those drivers that took 4, do they try 2 now, or maybe does everybody stick with the 4 here for this round of pit stops? We'll see here in just a moment. Macklin led the field down to pit road. He's going to go with 4 tires on that number 30 machine.
Daly with 2 again.
2-tire Daly. Going to go with, well, no surprise, 2 tires, and I'll be surprised if he doesn't finish the race on that set of left side tires.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's done it before.
Absolutely. So we'll keep an eye on Daly on this restart. Remember, his left side tires are now going on about 13, 14 laps old. So keep that in mind as Daly going to lead the field back to the green flag. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here on the Sim Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll return in just a moment. We'll keep it on corner to corner in case anything exciting happens under this caution.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
back to Iowa Speedway, set for the restart here. Byron Daly on 2 tires. He'll lead us back to the green flag on the outside, choosing that outside line yet again. That puts Macklin on the inside. Then Fuller, Falkingham, and Chad Coleman round out the top 5. Pace car pit road. 2 by 2 by 2. Working lap now 39 of 150. Good restart for Macklin down on that inside line. Didn't let Daly get too far ahead. He's got a couple car links down into one, but for the most part, Macklin's still there. And now he's got to run to the back straightaway. Whoa, Fuller.
Run to the back
Whoa,
straightaway.
Coleman.
Coleman. Wow, great save by Coleman. And they're 3 wide back there in the field, but Coleman at 4 wide now as they work their way through the corner. We're going to get a replay up of that incident off of turn number 2 as the field continues to race down into turn number 1, and Falkingham and Fuller side by side.
Watching that replay, man, Coleman's so sideways he put rubber down on the track. You can still see his tracks there off turn 2 where he was lighting the tires up off the corner for the lead up front. Here comes Macklin on the inside of Daly. Couldn't get it done there in turn 4. He'll try again in 1 and 2. Brian Macklin having a great run tonight in that Geico number 30 machine. Turns it right down to the bottom of turn 2. Back straightaway. He's got to run to 3.
Got to run to 3, and Byron Daly doing everything he can to hold that 30 Brian Macklin off as Byron Daly got that preferred outside line. He's going to have to run off the corner as Macklin holding his own though on the bottom here as they work in turn number 1.
Remember Daly on those older left side tires. Right sides are the same as everybody else, but the lefts are a little bit older. Macklin wiggles sideways for the 30 machine, gives up a little bit of ground to the 0-6 there, and Daly now has a little bit of breathing room on the front straightaway as here comes Justin Fuller taking a peek to the inside of the 30 machine. Couldn't quite do anything there, so he'll fall back into line and see what Macklin can do with the leader.
And it is incredible how close together all these guys are as they work down the back straightaway. There's no margin for error. You can't make a mistake or everyone's going to pounce on you. You're going to be moving backwards before you know it. Here comes Justin Fuller underneath the 30 of Brian Macklin trying to make something happen. Can't do it this time. And now Macklin sets his sights on the 0-6 of Byron Daly trying to take that lead away as here comes Fuller again to the bottom. Can't quite get to the 30 Brian Macklin.
Macklin 5 points in front of the cut line for the playoffs, and that is coming up in the next few races. So Macklin has to somewhat play smart here, and he cannot put himself in a position to lose a bunch of points tonight here at Iowa. So we'll keep an eye on the points over the course of the run tonight and let you know who is where. But Macklin trying to get a win here tonight. He has become 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and probably every position throughout the whole field. And now he gets to the inside of the 0-6. They're side by side for the lead.
Side by side for the lead as they work their way down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Here comes Brian Macklin trying to use that outside line, or the middle line through 1 and 2 this time as they work their way off of turn number 2. Here comes Brian Macklin with the run down the back straightaway. He's going to try and take a peek to the inside. Here he comes. He's inside of Byron Daly as they work through 3 and 4. And don't count Fuller out. He's right behind these guys. Just waiting to pounce after they make a mistake. They're side by side down the front straightaway.
Side by side, door-to-door racing, Iowa Speedway providing us with some great entertainment tonight here in Newton, and close call there. Macklin had to chase the car again off turn 2. Daly just so good up in that middle groove. He's able to hold the lead. Here comes Fuller trying on the inside for the runner-up spot off turn number 4.
And Macklin got loose off of turn number 4 there and almost went down the track into Fuller, so that was close as they work down through 1 and 2. Here comes Fuller, and here comes Macklin. These guys trying to pounce on Daly with 2 tires, and the 30 and the 51, I believe, have 4 tires. So here they come through 3 and 4. Macklin and Fuller 3 wide for the lead.
Unbelievable racing here at Iowa. Great show provided by the Kickass drivers here in Sim500 competition. Now Fuller to the inside of Macklin, trying to get the run off a 2 to clear the 30. Can't do it, though. Boy, these cars are a handful tonight. Fuller again, all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Macklin runs the high groove, following Byron Daly. Here comes Daniel Falkingham and makes it at 39.
And this is about to get even better. I was going to say it's going to get good, but it's been good since that last restart. As here they go through 1 and 2 once again. Oh, and they almost touched it through 1 and 2 as Macklin has the advantage off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway and into 3 here. Now right on the back bumper of that 06 Byron Daly is that 30. And don't count Fuller out yet again as he is on that bottom side trying to make it work. Just can't get that straightaway speed that you need.
What
and he bumps him.
Oh, a bump there. Macklin sends him into the turn. Up the racetrack comes the 30 machine. Fuller down the back straightaway looking to maybe take that second position the hard way, the not so friendly way, as Fuller is now clear of the 30 looking for a slider off 4. He slides up in front of Macklin and takes the runner-up spot.
Brian Macklin not going to be happy about, but he backs off the 51 of Fuller. Just going to ride in line. Doesn't want to jeopardize his chances at winning this race as they work through 1 and 2. Here comes Fuller down the back straightaway. He's got to run on Daly as they work into turn number 3 and dives into the bottom side, dives into the corner, trying to make something happen against that 06.
Fuller with the he got a run off turn 4. Daly wiggled up high, and now they're side by side, door to door, entering turn number 1. Here comes the opportunity for maybe a slide job. They're going to get real close off 2. They almost bang doors down the back straightaway. Fuller sideways keeps his foot in it, and they're still side by side for the lead here at Iowa. Just past the lap 50 mark. Over less than 100 laps to go. 97 there at the line. Fuller trying to clear the 06. Macklin Daly not having any of it. Here comes Macklin back in the mix.
And this is incredible race for the lead, as don't look now, but Jason Jacoby also making his way up there. Justin Fuller going to finish that pass on a 06 of Byron Daly, going to go to the lead, and Macklin now looking to get by the 06 to get to second to catch back up with that 51 of Justin Fuller. But man, I need to take a breath. I can't. This is incredible. It's not even time to take a breath.
Wow. 4 of the top drivers in the league all duking it out for the lead up front. Here comes Macklin looking to the inside again, trying to get second position away. He just cannot get around that 06 of Daly. Fuller had to do it. Now Macklin's got to get around Daly if he wants anything to do with that 51.
He's going to have to do it quick too, because if not, that 51 is going to set sail, and he's not going to have a chance at him. But and right behind them as well is Jacoby and also Comstock making their way into this picture along with Falkingham. So this is brewing up to be a great battle for not only second, but once those guys get by the 30 of Brian Macklin, if they do, it's going to be a great battle for the lead.
Macklin has cleared Daly. Daly looking back to the inside, maybe trying to come back with a crossover move off turn 2. Not going to be able to put the power down, and Macklin going to hold on to the spot for the time being, but Daly drags him down into turn number 3. Side by side they go. Daly with a slide advantage, looking for maybe a slide job off turn 4. He's got him cleared. Macklin right back down to the inside. Says, excuse me, pardon me, didn't like that too much. And here comes Macklin again to the inside of that 06, looking for the run off turn 2.
This is absolutely amazing. These guys battling for the second spot. Byron Daly, Brian Macklin, and Daniel Falkingham right behind them. Watch and wait for them to make a mistake. Through 3 and 4 men, they get close as they come off of turn number 4, and almost dead even line there. Macklin had him as they work into turn number 1. Macklin gonna clear him. It's gonna slide up in front of him. No, and they almost hit it yet again. As almost 3 wide and almost into the wall for Daly. This is incredible.
And here comes Falkingham looking to make the pounce. He sees the opportunity, and he's looking to make the move off turn 4. Falkingham, Macklin was sideways. Daly just kind of riding there now. Remember, his left side tire's 14 laps older than the cars around him, and he's still pretty competitive here on the longest run of the night.
And this is brewing up to be a 5 or 6 car battle for second place as they work through 3 and 4. And man, I mean, I just can't believe that these guys are racing this hard right now. The 30 of Brian Macklin gets a good run down the front straightaway and pulls in front of the 39 of Falkingham yet again, as Falkingham going to maybe slot up between the 30 and the 06 of Byron Daly, as yes, he does. Going to try and get up there, cool those tires back off. But here comes David Comstock and the 2 of Mike Kelly. How about Mike Kelly after taking 2 tires, getting that track position, doing a really nice job.
That he has, and that's allowed him to kind of stay up and inside the top 10 and kind of just ride for this first little bit and save his stuff. Now, don't count out Mike Kelly. He's one of the best in the business at tire saving as well. He's one of those that kind of lays in the grass. You don't hear much about him, but when it comes time to go, here he is. He's had the surgery over the past little bit. He's gotten back into iRacing slowly but surely, and tonight he is showing that he is certainly not falling off, and he's right on the bumper of David Comstock, looking for a top 5 as the 2 of Mike Kelly.
And look at him go, and there's also Jason Jacoby on the outside of them trying to make things happen. And you know, while they're battling back there, look at the lead that Justin Fuller's got, 1.5 seconds over the 30 of Brian Macklin. So Fuller loving what he sees in the mirror, and all these guys that feel like they have a faster car but can't pass, getting frustrated now back in the pack, as Mike Kelly now going to make his way around the 88 of Jason Jacoby and clear him into turn number 3.
I tell you what, this is got to be one of, if not the best racing I've seen at the Iowa Speedway. This track always puts on a great show, and these guys are proving that tonight, as now the battle going to be for the 4th spot between Daly and Comstock as they work down into turns number 1 and 2, off of 2 to the back straightaway. Here comes Comstock working the bottom side of the racetrack. He's been doing that for the past 15 or so laps in that 42, just biding his time down low, and off of turn 4 he may have enough to clear him. No, not going to slide up in front of the 06. He gives the gentleman lane there around the outside, allows Daly to keep his momentum up, but off of turn number 2, looks like Comstock may have enough to clear the 06 to the back straightaway.
Not quite, as they work down the back, and 06 once again gets that run on the top side, and as they work through the corner here, Comstock maybe gonna clear him.
Whoa, Rourke! All out of shape there, and Jacoby almost turned him into the fence.
And that was close. That was almost very, very, very bad for the 41 of VJ O'Rourke, but he does save it, and they continue on here. But I'll tell you what, Brian Macklin is slowly but surely slowing in, or closing in, I'll get it out, on that number 51 of Justin Fuller. So
I think I know why. Look at the right side of that 51. He has pounded the wall. Justin Fuller, big contact there with the safer barrier at some point in a signature fashion, as now Daniel Falkingham has gotten around the 30 machine of Brian Macklin. That's for the 2nd position, and Falkingham almost up and into the safer barrier there. These tires are really starting to wear.
Tires are starting to wear. Fenders are starting to bend after hitting the wall, supposedly, and off of turn number 2, you can see, I believe I can see the gap closing between Falkingham and the 51 of Justin Fuller. So, this is going to be shaping up for a good race for the lead here in, I believe, about 10 laps.
We'll keep an eye on Falkingham as he cuts in 0.2 of a second.
Wow.
That lap alone as we close in on a halfway point, just 5 laps shy of halfway. This run has been going on since lap 39, so we have definitely ticked some laps away as we go on board with that 39 machine as he closes in on a 51 here in the middle part of this one.
And you see Falkingham diving into turn number 1 there. Kind of starts high and just arcs his way smoothly down into the corner. Doing a really nice job of saving those tires on that 39 car, as he's just 1.08 seconds back of Justin Fuller. So Fuller got to be sweating bullets seeing that 39 car come through the field like that, and now starting to chase him down as that time at the line 1.05 seconds. So a few 100s he closed in that time by.
Falkingham started 6th in this race. He is one of the 3 drivers inside the top 5 that started outside the top 5 heading into tonight. One of those drivers, Mike Kelly, didn't even put a lap down in qualifying, started 17th and has found his way inside the top 5 for that number 2 machine.
I believe easily the biggest mover of today's race here at Iowa is Mike Kelly, doing a really nice job in that Sim500 number 2 car as he works down the back, and looking at the 42 and the 30 right ahead of him. He's just waiting for them to make a mistake, slip up, and pounce on them. So Mike Kelly doing a really nice job in that number 2 car tonight.
Comstock around the outside of Macklin. Macklin kind of just, I don't want to say he's pulling over and letting these guys go, but I think he's starting to see the bigger picture. Maybe he used his stuff up a little bit too early. Doesn't want to put himself in a position to fall outside of the playoff cutoff. So Daly, I'm sorry, Macklin just biding his own right now. Hopefully, hoping maybe for a caution within the next couple laps to come in and get some fresh tires on that machine, because he has definitely used them up. He is slipping back now. He's 5th. As Mike Kelly has worked inside the top 5 even further. He's up to 4th for the number 2.
And right behind them, that 06 of Byron Daly. 2 tires not working quite as good for him here tonight, as usually he takes 2 tires and just shows the whole field up. But tonight here, not working out quite as good, quite in his favor, as he is back in the 6th position. So not a terrible run by any means, but by Daly standards, you know, we usually expect him to be battling for the lead the whole race.
Absolutely. So still within strike, and Fuller's in the wall again. He just got the wall at the end of the straightaway, and that has allowed Falkingham to close on the bumper.
And he is lurking there, and went from 6 tenths to 3 tenths that time by. So Fuller got to be careful. He's throwing this thing away every time he hits that wall.
And Falkingham is there. He is there to the back straightaway, as the battle for the lead is not now down to a chasing catch-up game. It is now a side-by-side battle on the front straightaway.
And Falkingham, this is what he was waiting for Fuller to make a mistake. Fuller does, and he is closing the gap, and he's closing it quick as they work down through turn numbers 1 and 2. Falkingham trying to get a run off the corner, not going to be able to do it this time by, just kind of waiting for Fuller to come back into his clutches, and then going to make a move on that 51.
Look at Fuller, veteran move there, takes the line away from Falkingham. He's been watching that 39 in his rearview mirror, no doubt. Fuller has been running the top side of the racetrack, both ends of the racetrack for the past 20 laps, and now when Falkingham is there, he takes the line away from that 39 machine. So, veteran move there from Fuller, as Falkingham on the bumper and now has no line because Fuller's taking it away. When does Falkingham move up the racetrack, or when does Falkingham just move the 51 up the racetrack? We'll find out who's a little bit more patient than the other as we work lap 80 of 150.
Lap 80 of 150, and you know, this is getting interesting. Look at the run he got off of turn number 2 that time, as here comes Falkingham. He's going to go to the outside, try and get that run off of the corner, but Fuller not going to give it up easy. He's going to slide right up in front of that 39. There he goes. Now the 39 Fuller going to have a big run, going to peek to the inside, going to go to the inside, is now going to back out just a little bit, and there he is again, poking his nose in. Fuller going to chop him off as they go through 1 and 2.
Slam the screen door in the face. Nuh-uh, no cornbread for you, Daniel Falkingham. Try again the next time around. Here we go, down in 3 and 4. Falkingham a little bit higher than Fuller that time. Fuller all up the racetrack. A little sideways there action for the 51 as well. Fuller continues to hold on to the lead as Falkingham lurks. And here comes Comstock and Mike Kelly. We're going to have a 4-car battle for the lead in the next lap or so. Fuller, all out of shape, almost takes the nose off of Falkingham.
And now they're side by side, and that allows Comstock to close the gap as they work through 3 and 4. Fuller going to send it up the track right in front of Falkingham. Falkingham going to look low. He's going to go low. They're side by side for the lead going into turn number 1. Here comes Falkingham.
Door to door, this is what Iowa Speedway is all about. It gives us the best of intermediate racing and short track racing all in one. Multiple grooves, a little bit of bumper here and there, a little bit of door slap action, and some slide jobs galore as we've got a battle for the lead again. Fuller almost dumping into the safety barrier. Falkingham, I don't think he led that lap, but you couldn't have thrown a piece of paper the distance between the front bumpers there at the start-finish line. Off turn 2, Fuller with the advantage from the outside. Falkingham not giving up down low. Here comes Comstock, here comes Kelly. 4 cars battling for the lead. Throw a blanket over them.
Fuller going to have the run off the corner here, but Falkingham hanging tough on that bottom line. And like you say, Comstock hanging back there, just waiting for these guys to get together and clean each other out as they work through 1 and 2. Here comes Falkingham on the bottom, going to try and get the run down the back straightaway. Not going to be able to do it. Here comes Fuller. He scrapes the wall again as they work into turn number 3. and Fuller's got to be careful here or else he's going to throw this thing away as they work through 3 and 4. Here comes Falkingham up the track.
No!
Fuller loose, they're both loose.
Jeez Louise, how tight can it get? Fuller leads that lap again by 21 thousandths of a second. Comstock almost up to the third group. Now he is 3 wide for the lead, 60 laps into the run.
Unbelievable. Comstock gonna take this thing away if they're not careful. It's Comstock. They're 3 wide again off of turn number 4. Here comes Comstock. Falkingham loose on the bottom side. Fuller in the bottom or in the middle as they work into turn number 1, and Comstock gonna have the run off of turn number 2 and gonna take the lead away.
2 for 1 for that 42 machine. The RacingVids.com Camaro as Fuller gets into the wall again. Here comes Mike Kelly. We're throwing it 3 wide again. This time for the runner-up spot off turn 4. Fuller sideways.
Loose.
Whoa, save it.
Unbelievable. These guys putting on a show. And I don't remember the last time I've had this much fun watching a sim race. This is incredible as Fuller and Mike Kelly now battling for the 3rd spot. But David Comstock to the lead and Falkingham not giving up.
Where the hell did Chad Coleman come from? Remember at the start of this race, he was crashed. He was sideways. He lit the tires up on the back straightaway. He sits 5th in the number 20.
This is too much, Ben. I don't know how much more of this I can handle as they work down the back straightaway, and Falkingham right there with that 42 trying to catch up with him yet again after getting past 3 wide for the lead as they work through 3 and 4. Man, how about this?
Comstock almost got the wall.
I think he might have just barely scraped it. I mean, if not, you couldn't have fit a credit card between him and the wall as Falkingham chasing him down. I think Falkingham's got the better car right here.
Falkingham down low, Comstock up top. You would have thought we were just taking the green after a restart the way these guys are going at it. I tell you what, the Chad Coleman, give him the damn Kickass award of the night. He was completely sideways on the restart, fell outside the top 15, and now he finds himself the 5th, and he is closing in on the leaders, and he's bringing Brian Macklin with him.
And how about Mike Kelly working his way underneath the 39 of Falkingham, trying to take the 2nd spot away and then go for the lead. There are so many comers and goers tonight. It is unbelievable. Is Mike Kelly loose going to try and slide it up in front of Falkingham? Can't do it this time. We'll see if he can clear him down to turn number 1. There's just so much going on up here in the top 5, top 6 cars. It's hard to see what you want to focus on. But Mike Kelly, they're loose! Falkingham has to check way up and move Mike Kelly to 2nd. What is happening?
This is going to be, no doubt, the best damn race of the season in the Kickass series. These guys have put on one hell of a show tonight, and we're not even within the final 50 laps yet. I mean, like I said, these guys have been racing since lap 39 is when they took the green flag. You do the math, coming up on 99, that's going to be 60 laps of racing. 54 on the tires now for these guys, and here comes Mike Kelly looking to take the lead from 17th.
Can't quite do it, got a little bit loose on the bottom side, and David Comstock takes advantage of that as works out to a little bit bigger of a lead here as they work into the corner and off of the corner. Here comes Mike Kelly back though. He's not going to give up that easy, and right behind them Falkingham not going anywhere either, and right behind them, how about Chad Coleman, like we were just talking about, and Fuller side by side here as, wow. I mean, there's just great racing all over the place right now.
And even Daly has gotten back up to 6th, and his left side tires are 15 laps or so older than the cars around him. So Daly is having a just absolutely spectacular run given the circumstances that he's dealing with here. Unbelievable racing, as it's kind of, this is the most calm it's been all night, and it's not calm by any means.
No, not at all. I was just going to say something about that but I don't like to say something like that because then something wild's going to happen, and that's not what we want to see, at least, not too wild where it brings out a caution, but they work down the back straightaway as Mike Kelly underneath the 42 for the lead.
Side by side they go for the lead. Comstock goes the wall there maybe. Here comes E.J. O'Rourke in the 41 on fresh tires. I'm not sure if these guys in the top 5 are going to be good on fuel for the rest of the night. We'll have to keep that in mind. We could be playing a fuel game tonight as well.
And that would just be one more thing to add one more piece of fuel to add to the fire, as O'Rourke trying to make his way around these guys, but side by side with the second place runner Mike Kelly right now going to dive it. Wow, cutting it close between him and the two, as going to make his way around Comstock and now set sail in front of the leaders, as Mike Kelly still hanging on to the back deck lid of that 42 and trying to make a battle for the lead.
Wow, these guys are just, I'm speechless. This has been just great racing tonight here at Iowa Speedway. David Comstock leads. He started back in the 7th position. Didn't talk about him at all in the opening part of this race, and he wiggles big time off turn 2. That allows the 2 of Mike Kelly to close back in. Another challenge for the lead off turn number 4 between the top 2 drivers. But Comstock does like he does every week, saves those tires, and that's allowed him to be exactly where he's at right now. Mike Kelly was one of those drivers that took advantage of the 2 tires early on, got him up and inside the top 5. He fell back a little bit, caught another caution, came in, got 4 fresh tires, kind of just rode behind Comstock the whole run, saved his stuff, and then, well, you add 2 and 2 together, and you get the 2 out front, 42-2, tail to nose, and even Daniel Falkingham still having a good run behind him. But the most impressive person on the racetrack, I think, right now is that number 20 of Chad Coleman.
Yeah, what a run, what a comeback Chad Coleman has had tonight. It's like you say, earlier on in the race, basically, all but spinning the car off of turn number 2 on that restart, and now running 4th and knocking on the door of that 3rd place car, which is just an incredible comeback, as Mike Kelly gets super loose there off the 4.
It's almost to the point where it's not even a big moment anymore. These guys getting loose. It's just it's an every corner happening. So we don't really cover it as much as Comstock wiggles there. It's just how this car is driving tonight under the sunlight here at Iowa. Track temperature is 115 degrees. The air temperature 79 here in Newton, Iowa. But boy, the track is certainly heated up, especially after this long run. I mean, there's not a groove on the racetrack that doesn't have heat in it. And it's certainly showing tonight. And these guys everywhere. You can run the middle, you can run the bottom, you can run the top, wherever you want to run. There's grip everywhere, and it's providing such great racing. As now the battle for 3rd going to go on. It's Coleman to the inside of Falkingham. Falkingham not going to give it up easily on the front straightaway. Here comes the 39 back around the outside of the 20.
Coleman going to dive it underneath once again in 1 and 2. See if he can't make something happen. As off of turn number 2, though, Falkingham looks like he's going to have the run, but they're pretty even off of the corner. They're going to have to be careful. There's a lap car coming up. That is the 09. That is Doug Sigmund.
Oh, Kelly to pit road.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Fuller to pit road, and Daly as well.
So obviously they can't make it on fuel. I think we're going to see the top runners come in here, or get David Comstock come in this time by probably Falkingham, as well as the 20 of Chad Coleman. And oh, look at Comstock loose off of turn number 2. He almost lost that thing. As working through 3 and 4 now. Here comes Comstock. He's coming to pit road, and Falkingham going to stay out yet another lap.
I don't know if I agree with the staying out here. They are almost a 1.5 seconds slower than what they were on the start of this run. So under 50 to go, closing in on 40 to go, and pit stops happening.
Pit stops happening, and as I just said, David Comstock on pit road now. We'll see if he gets in this box cleanly. He does, as the race continues out on the track. Daniel Falkingham right now in the lead, stays out another lap as well as Coleman. So I'm with you, Ben. I just don't think that's the best option here for these guys right now to stay out this long,
unless they get a caution. Then it's the best move of the night. And there is a lot of traffic right around the leader. They are 3 wide, right behind the leader. And if there's going to be a caution, if they're going to make us look like fools, now's going to be the time. 3 by 3 at Iowa.
Unbelievable. As they work into turn number 1, here comes Dwayne Vincent around the outside, and
they're racing for the lead here too, so they got to have some courtesy, these lap drivers.
Yeah, as they're just doing their own thing there, but you see how big of a difference tires makes. As here comes Falkingham, and Coleman got to stay out yet another lap. So Coleman, and I don't know if Falkingham got slowed down in time there. It's going to be close.
Buckingham says, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. You guys can go on and do your own thing up there, but I'm having no part of it. Looks like it's going to be Mike Kelly once everything cycles around to come out with the lead here in that number 2. We'll keep an eye on that.
This is really getting interesting here as Coleman still out on the track, Jacoby still out on the track, and Falkingham sitting on pit road right now getting 4 tires and fuel on that number 39 machine as he does now work his way off of pit road. Must not have got a speeding penalty because he's already moving right after that jack drop, so it's a good thing for Daniel Falkingham. And Coleman still not coming to pit road, and I'd imagine he's waiting for that caution to come, or hoping that a caution comes here, working lap 111 of 150.
So let's rewind. Macklin was one of the first drivers down pit road. He came at lap 97, so he is on fresher tires in a good portion of, or was on fresher tires, so he was able to get a big run. He is going to cycle out to the lead if everything stays the way it is. So again, we'll keep you updated as much as we can. 4 cars on the lead lap: Chad Coleman, Jason Jacoby, EJ O'Rourke, and Brian Macklin. Scratch that. O'Rourke was down pit road a couple laps ago, so he come through the field on fresh tires. And let's see, when he pitted back on 85, and he has got 8 seconds back to Brian Macklin. O'Rourke might be in a position to win this race.
Yeah, we'll see what the gap is. Right now it's about 7 seconds at the line last time by and this time by. We'll see what the telemetry says. So he made up about a second, Brian Macklin did, on EJ O'Rourke that time. So EJ O'Rourke's going to have to drive pretty hard to hold off Brian Macklin, but maybe by the time Macklin gets to him, he might have burned his tires off, so it's going to get interesting.
It's not out of the question. We still have a handful of other hungry drivers as well. Mike Kelly is back there trying to close in. He's 6 seconds behind Macklin. Comstock is 1 second behind Kelly. Fuller right behind Comstock. Chad Coleman still on a racetrack with Jason Jacoby. They've yet to pit.
I don't agree with that strategy. I'm sure they have everything worked out in their head what they want to do, but I just, banking on a caution to come out like that, in my opinion, is not the way to do it. You see everyone coming down pit road, you got to come down with them, or else if a caution doesn't come out, you're going to be not in a good position. Whereas if Coleman would have went down with everyone and it stayed green, he would have been in a decent position to finish top 3, if not try to win the thing. So we'll see how it cycles out here, see if we get a caution. But without a caution, the 20 of Chad Coleman going to be fresh out of luck, I think.
Well, you said it there best. There's one word that plays into factor no matter what decision you decide to make, and that's luck. And whether or not Chad Coleman's going to get that lucky break or not is going to be the story of the night. He and Jason Jacoby both relying on that lucky caution here in the final closing laps to maybe settle the field down. And, well, Coleman can't make it anymore, so he heads down to pit road. Jason Jacoby going to stay out another lap, lead his first one of the night. So now it's just Jacoby hoping for that lucky break, but he's got EJ O'Rourke breathing down his neck. That'll be a battle for the lead heading down into 1.
Battle for the lead heading into 1 as these guys driving the wheels off these things at this point as they work down the back straightaway into 3. Here comes O'Rourke around the 88 of Jason Jacoby, and I do believe going to cycle O'Rourke to the lead for the time being as they work their way to the stripe. And yes, move EJ to the lead, Jason Jacoby second, and third going to be Brian Macklin back there, but closing the gap really quickly on that number 41 of EJ O'Rourke. 4 seconds back now. He was about 7 or 8 about 4 laps ago. So Brian Macklin in a good position here to win this race tonight.
Oh, O'Rourke, your leader, in the wall. Just about to give him a compliment there. I was going to say I like the strategy of the 41. You'll have a slight margin here where you'll catch everybody pretty much with their pants down. You'll be out in front, if a caution were to fly. Now, if a caution doesn't fly, they're going to blow the numbers off your car when they come flying by. But yet again, you know, everything, the race isn't over until the checkered flag flies. And we've got 30 laps to go, 30 laps to settle it here at the Iowa Speedway. And Macklin only cut in 3/10 of a lap that time by.
And so maybe those cars equaling out now, those tires equaling out as they don't go down the back straightaway. And Macklin doing everything he can, maybe saving his stuff a little bit back there. Though at the same time, Ben, he is 3.5 seconds back of the lead the last lap, and now he is 3.0, so half a second. Looks like half a second a lap Brian Macklin is making up, and at that point, at that rate, he will catch E.J. O'Rourke, you know, in a matter of a few laps. But you know, nonetheless, you know, I like you. I like this call by E.J. O'Rourke, trying to make something happen with that car. He didn't have a winning car to begin with, so trying to pull some strategy and make something happen. As Macklin now 2.7 seconds back, and O'Rourke going to need a caution in the next few laps for this to work out for him.
Even if he is able to stay out and no caution flies, I mean, he may still pick up a top 5 for that 41 here. So you got to give it to him for at least trying. You said it. He wasn't up there battling for the lead. He didn't have a car to win it. But if you can have any time at all in the race to have the chance to improve your position by a couple spots, then go for it. I think that's exactly what the team of the 41 machine did tonight. He holds on to the lead. He's picking up some laps led on the stat chart and just enjoying life out in front of the field here at Iowa, at least for a couple more laps as Macklin closes it down to 1.6 in that number 30 Geico machine. And then right behind him, about another 1.6 or about 2.6 back, is David Comstock in that 42, who is closing pretty quick as well. They've got 25 laps to decide what's going to happen in the finish of this race.
Yeah, what you said about E.J. O'Rourke, about just being out in front and enjoying life, that really reminds me of something he would say. Kind of made me chuckle a little bit, but
that's why I said it.
Yeah, well, there you go. You're on the ball then. Back to the race here. E.J. O'Rourke, 1.3 seconds. Now the gap back to Brian Macklin at 30 cars. So O'Rourke got to be sweating bullets, crossing his finger for that. I'm not going to say the C word, because we all know what happens when we mention it. It's going to happen, you know. Why do I even try it?
This race has been wild. You had 3 of the cautions to open up the event, and then for about 60, 70 laps, they battled 3 wide for the lead. And now pit strategy has kind of separated everybody. And E.J. O'Rourke holds the lead for now. It's under a second, though, now. Back to Brian Macklin.
Under a second, as O'Rourke was sideways there for a moment, but kept it straight, or got it straight off the corner as they work down the front straightaway now, as O'Rourke looking in that mirror, and Brian Macklin is getting bigger and bigger every single lap in that mirror. And O'Rourke obviously going to do everything he can to hold that 30 off, but not much you can do when there's such a discrepancy in speed, about a couple tenths, 3/10 a lap between those guys.
By the way, we'll put it out there, the car getting bigger and bigger each lap. Leads, but here comes Macklin. He is now on the bumper. Macklin is there to the back straightaway. He's brought some company in the form of David Comstock, Mike Kelly, and Justin Fuller, who round out the top 5. And now we've got us a dandy up front. O'Rourke trying to hold on to win. 20 laps to go at Iowa.
That's a lot of laps for E.J. O'Rourke to go here at Iowa. As
make that car wide.
Yeah, he's going to have to make it super wide, the old track wide, as they work down the back straightaway. Here comes Macklin, going to dive it underneath the 41 O'Rourke, and I don't think going to be a huge challenge here from O'Rourke as they work off of turn number 4, as O'Rourke gets a run off the corner, so maybe harder than I thought to get around him. And here comes Comstock in the picture, going underneath the 30 Brian Macklin for second place. Is Macklin going to make his way back on the outside, and we got a battle for the lead.
Macklin is hungry for a win. O'Rourke hungry for a win. Comstock, it's kind of an everyday thing for the driver of the 42. He clears the 30. They clear the 41. Comstock to the lead. And I think that may have sealed the deal there. Comstock on the freshest tires and out in front here at Iowa.
And unless we have one of those C words that we were just talking about a couple of minutes ago, Ben, I just don't see it happening for anyone but that 42 of David Comstock. But I could have been wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong, once or twice before, but we'll have to see here as the laps wind down. We'll see who is victorious here tonight at Iowa.
O'Rourke got all sorts of sideways off turn 4 as he tries to hold on to a top 5 position here at the short track in Newton, Iowa. Off turn number 2, here comes Kelly on the inside trying to get the podium position away from the 41. He'll have it in turns number 3 and 4. He'll clear him on the front straightaway. Justin Fuller trying to follow in suit, but not going to be able to clear the 41 there. He has to check up and race side by side with the 41 down into turns number 1.
And now here comes Fuller back up through the field as well as Justin slides up in front of that number 41 of E.J. O'Rourke, trying to run down that number 2 of Mike Kelly now as they enter 3.
Whoa, there was almost a crash on the front straightaway. The 62 of John Wilco was completely sideways off of turn number 4. He keeps it straight and we stay green.
And a great save, great job from stopping that replay, or stopping that as the replay comes up, from stopping that caution from coming out here late in the race here at Iowa, as David Comstock now a second and a half in front of the field. Brian Macklin second, as they just, the race is going to be for second here, I think. I don't know if anyone can run down Comstock. Comstock on really fresh tires, as Mike Kelly going to try and work underneath the 30. Brian Macklin. Macklin loose, almost hits the wall as they go down the back straightaway. But here comes Mike Kelly trying to make up one position, going to that second spot.
Kelly looking to run up into the runner-up spot as Macklin just got a handful, and don't count out Daly and Falkingham there as they lurk in the background here in that battle for the second and third spot. Kelly and Macklin continue to go side by side. What a race these guys are going to put on in the final closing laps.
It's going to be incredible to watch here as they work down to the final laps here at Iowa. And here comes Fuller, going to make it interesting with these two guys. He's going to probably throw it 3 wide in the corner. No, but
he puts the bumper.
And he taps the 2 of Mike Kelly, sends him up the track into turn 1. And Mike Kelly not going to take kindly to that. If I know Mike at all, which I do, he's not going to be happy under the helmet of that number 2 car as they work into 3. And Fuller stalking him and back behind him. How about Byron Daly? Byron Daly now up into the 5th position. So good rebound for Daly after taking 2 tires and sliding back through the field a little bit.
We will say that on that pit stop, the most recent, he did take 4. That's a notable there on the 06 as Daly, Macklin going to tag the wall again as Daly closes up on a bumper of Fuller. Now Daly looking to the outside in 3 and 4, looking to get that run down the front straightaway, and that's exactly what he'll do. Here comes Daly, looking to pounce and get up on the podium.
Doing a really nice job is that 06 of Byron Daly in the 4th spot right now, but trying to work his way around to 51. For 3rd is down the back straightaway. He's going to have a run, and Byron Daly must have some really good tires into that machine because he's making it look easy as E.J. O'Rourke sideways once again in that machine, so struggling with the grip on that race car.
Yeah, tires have gone away on O'Rourke's machine and trying to hold on now to just a top 10 spot for the number 41 as Daly gets around the 51. Here comes Falkingham now to the inside, trying to grab 4th from the 51, and boy, my goodness, Falkingham all sorts of sideways down the back.
Nice save by Falkingham there, not to get up into the 51 of Justin Fuller. Fuller, he almost loses it, but what a save by Justin Fuller as they work down the front straightaway. Almost contact between the 2, the 39 and the 51 as they enter 1. And this is heating up once again and getting super exciting here at Iowa.
That it is. Falkingham again, a handful off of turn 2. Fuller there in the 51 trying to hold on to 4th. For the time being, Daly closing in on Mike Kelly for the runner-up spot here off of turn number 4. Some lap traffic to throw some fun in the mix as well as we close in, or David Comstock closes in on 6 to go.
Comstock closing in on 6 to go. 1.6 seconds back to Mike Kelly in at number 2. And Byron Daly going to be faster than everyone on track right now as they work through 3 and 4. If Daly can get around 2 in the next lap or so, he may have a slight shot at it. Here he comes underneath the number 2 of Mike Kelly, trying to make his way to second. And he's going to do it, just can't quite clear him down into turn number 1, but going to have a run down the back straightaway. Daly just do whatever he can to try and make his way to that lead. I just don't think he's going to have time to lead. But here he is, second place, chasing down that number 42 of David Comstock.
Oh, close call there. Slide job from the 0-6 onto the 2. 5 laps to go here at Iowa. He's got a second and a half to cut off in that lead, and I just don't know. Daly's a hell of a driver, but I don't know if he's going to be able to close that much unless Comstock gets into trouble.
Yeah, and as they work down into 3 and off of 4, we'll see what the gap is this time. Last time is 1.5 seconds. This time, 1.6. So if Comstock pulls him a little bit as they work lap number 147 of 150 coming down the wire here, I just don't think Daly's got what it takes.
Back for 4th. Here's the side-by-side battle for that position. Fockingham, Fuller, and a lap machine of Simley going to make things really interesting off turn 4. They're going to go 3 wide, and Fockingham just couldn't put the power down that low on the racetrack, so give it back to Fuller for the time being. And hey, look at, I was going to say Jason Jacoby. He's a couple laps down in 21st. He's just on a little bit fresher tires. It's Fockingham real loose off a 2 again, but up front, let's go back to David Comstock, who has had a stellar race. He's going to come to the flag stand this time by popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for the driver of the 42.
2 to go, and Comstock, no pressure from behind. Byron Daly now 1.8 seconds back as losing about a 10th a lap on the 42 David Comstock as they work down the back straightaway. And barring a caution between here and the white flag, Comstock going to be cruising to a victory here tonight at Iowa in the Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series.
White flag is in the air. Comstock has it. No more redos here. We have gone green since lap 39. Over 100 laps on this run. And David Comstock, boy, this race has suited him. Long runs, tires saving to the max, and through 3 and 4 from the 7th starting position. He's going to take that Racing Bids Chevrolet Camaro to victory lane in Newton, Iowa. David Comstock going to win in the Kickass Series.
And a great run, I'm just going to say right now, Mike Kelly doing a heck of a job finishing, or starting 17, finishing 3rd here tonight. Easily our biggest mover, and a great job of that driver, that number 2, to finish 3rd here tonight.
My, oh my. Whew. We haven't taken a commercial break since lap 39, and we haven't stopped talking since then either. So we're going to go to commercial now while Comstock going to burn them down on the front straightaway, getting a lot of congratulatory bumps there, and even well, there's a sandwich now in turn number 4 and Comstock to meet as everybody roughing up that 42, and there goes a 20 around after a great run. Boy, some great racing here at Iowa. A spectacular race here in the Kick-Ass Series. Comstock's going to burn them down on the front straightaway. You'll catch that celebratory burnout on corner to corner, and we're going to take a quick commercial break while we get set for the post-race show right here on the Sim Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up next.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah. Isn't arsenic rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to the cornfields here in Iowa as we're set for the post-race show and send it down to Mitch Rollo, who is, caught up with a familiar face around Sim500, but not so familiar on the podium as of late. Good to see the driver, Mike Kelly, back on the podium, up from 17th. Mitch, what's he got to say about this wild one here in Iowa?
Yeah, down here with Mike Kelly. And Mike, that was a heck of a run. You started 17th, didn't even put a qualifying lap down, and ended up third here tonight. So talk to me about your run, how you do it.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Well, it's my home track, basically, being from Omaha, Nebraska, not too far away. Love the track. Struggled here lately, especially in this car, but this VRS setup was feeling good, and I didn't really get much time to practice, and really didn't lay down a qualifying lap and basically crashed during my qualifying time anyway. So just figured I'd work my way up through, and the car was good, and it worked really good on the bottom after a long run. So I just was able to pass guys and work my way to the front.
Absolutely. What we saw up here from the booth, that car was incredibly loose. What do you think of what did you think of the setup here tonight as far as that went? Were you able to keep it, keep the rear tires on it, or was it tough most of the race to do that?
Well, yeah, just looking at my tires right now, I mean, it was loose, don't get me wrong, but it was really tight actually for me that last run because I didn't fill it up full with fuel. I thought maybe if I took a little fuel out, it might be good, but actually it was faster, looser. So I was 76 on the right front and 84 on the right rear. So I wasn't burning up the right rear by any means, but hey, I'm an old dirt track racer, so dry slick is fine with me.
Absolutely is. It was fun to watch you come through the field here tonight. Mike, is there anyone you want to thank for your third place run?
Yeah, thanks to all the guys at Sim500 for putting the name on the car and letting me run this series and run their colors for them and see what I can do. It was fun tonight. Been off for a little while, and it felt good to get back up to the front. Turn 1 heroes, my teammate Scott Simley had some rough luck tonight. Seems like every time I get interviewed, I'm saying that he's had rough luck, but it was a good run. Thanks to you guys for putting this on. It's always fun to watch them. It was a good time tonight. Thanks.
Appreciate your time, Mike. And Ben, I'll send it back up to you for a moment while I go and find Byron Daly, driver of that 06 two-tire daily.
Absolutely, two-tire daily, not quite able to get win number 9 of the season, but was able to come home with a very good finish here tonight after a wild race, and he was part of it for a good portion, coming home second. Started on a pole tonight. He had a front row seat for all the action around this .88 mile speedway tonight.
We call him two-tire daily. I'm down here with Byron Daly as 2 tires early on in the race. Byron, you slid back a little bit, but able to make your way back up to a second place run here tonight after starting on the pole. Talk to me about your run. How'd you do it?
Really, I kind of threw away a good shot to win, I think. I had I was taking 2 tires there because I figured it would be like the spring race. Track position was going to be really important. And really, the way the setup was, everything was tonight, you could actually, race with people. And it was possible to make a position. So I tried to fend them off as long as I could. It didn't really work. And ended up way too far back to take advantage of when I actually had 4 tires. Got back to second, which was nice. But didn't have anything left for David. And it's a little disappointing because I really wanted this one, but it was still fun to race. It was a good setup. It was cool to do.
It was a heck of a run. You guys put on a unbelievable show here tonight for us guys up in the booth and the fans watching out there on the Sim Racing Network. Is there anyone you want to thank here for your second place run here tonight, Byron?
Same people as usual. You guys putting the broadcast on. Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring the series. Sim500 and. Yeah, just all those guys. We'll see what we can do next week.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time here tonight, Byron, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, maybe a little next week.
Thank you.
As that was our second place finisher here tonight, Byron Daly, and I do believe that head honcho here at the Sim Racing Network, Ben Kilcrease, has caught up with David Comstock, who won here tonight after a thriller of a race. Ben, you've caught up with him.
Absolutely, and as usual, not a real big talk of the broadcast until, well, the tires start wearing off and we get a long run going. Well, David, long run was the story of the night, and you, better than anyone else in this league, I think, certainly proves they're the best tire saver in the business, and these long runs really suit your driving style, and boy, you picked it up here tonight at Iowa. Second win of the season. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's good. Definitely, finally to win one against Byron. He's been on a tear lately. But yeah, definitely, we were, pretty good at saving the tires. I don't think we're the best, Ben. There's other guys that are better than me, I feel like, because I just happen to do it better than everybody else tonight. Those are the nights where I get my butt handed to me. And when it comes to saving the tires, so tonight I was just able to, you had to search around, which I love tracks you can search around like this. You can run the bottom, you can run the middle, top. Just try to find a way to get around somebody, especially when we have a setup that was able to rotate the rear. So definitely suited my driving style when it came to that, because I definitely like to be able to drive more on the looser side, get the rear pointed with the rear point the nose wherever I want to go with it, and just use the throttle to control it. So definitely really fun night, challenging night, tire strategy. We were kind of just banking on the yellow to happen, and it really didn't happen toward the latter half of the race. So we were all just seeing whoever was going to flinch first, and it made it really interesting for sure.
That it did. There was a lot of times you guys were sideways as the USCS stars that we watched a couple weeks ago at the Carolina Speedway. But
Yeah.
you guys put on a heck of a show tonight. I know you got a couple people you want to thank for everything behind the scenes and for putting you here in victory lane.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at Aftermath Motorsports, all my teammates, for all their help every single week. League, Sim500, and the admins for putting on the leagues for us every single week. And Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring this series in particular. You guys for broadcasting, all the friends and fans watching out there, and sponsors in the car. RacingBiz.com. We go on Facebook. Check out RacingBiz.com. We got live auctions going weekly on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and also daily, Monday through Friday. So go check them out on Facebook. Monster Energy, Gary Mercer Trucking, Jada Lair, JDR Graphics for Payment Cars. And you guys again for broadcasting. Thank you.
It was a fun one tonight, David. Congrats on the win here at Iowa, and look forward to maybe talking to you next week at Watkins Glen up on the podium.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks.
There you have it, David Comstock, winner tonight in Newton, Iowa, and I think he turned left about as much tonight as he's going to. I'm sorry, right as much tonight as he's going to next week at Watkins Glen as well.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see. Maybe might be a few new faces up front in the field at Watkins Glen. I know it's a place that I always look forward to going. Whatever it is with me and that track, we always seem to be best buddies and get along quite well. So it's going to be a fun race to watch here up in the booth. If I do end up in the booth next week, and definitely fun for those drivers down there.
Certainly will, but that's going to do it for us here tonight at the Iowa Speedway. David Comstock picking up win number 2 of the season. Byron Daly still on the hunt for win number 9. And another interesting fact, tonight marked out of 15 races, Daniel Falkingham's 14th top 5 of the season. And that's just astonishing, the accomplishments that Falkingham has picked up this season, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. He's got 3 wins as well, and leading the championship standings into the playoffs, which is just a couple of weeks away. We mentioned it, Watkins Glen next week right here on Sunday. We look forward to having you back right here at the Sim Racing Network. For Aaron Grosskopf, Mitch Rollo, everybody at Sim500 and Kickass Beef Jerky, I am Ben Kilcrease saying goodnight, and remember, when you're out there on the roads, to put that phone down. We'll see you next time.